Okay, hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to look at normal distributions. I know we've already talked about them. We're going to look at them a little deeper here today, okay? Guys, today's objective is to understand where a data value lies in a normal distribution. Where does it lie inside this distribution? Some certain data value, okay? Guys, today's essential question: how can we use a normal distribution to explain where data values fall within a population? And I think you need to know that word for word for the notes assessment, okay? Guys, just to review a little bit, if you recall, a normal distribution, it shows the data vary randomly from the mean. Okay, it displays in the form of a bell-shaped curve. All right. Guys, one of the reasons we study normal distributions so much is they occur all the time in the real world. And I thought I'd show you a couple quick examples of it. Here, this first one is called a Galton board. I'll restart it here. Sometimes you see something like this at the fair or something like that. And the idea is if you get the ball like one of these outside slots, you get a big prize or something, okay? We'll let it go for a while. I'll try to remember to look back at it at the end. If we let it go for a real long time, it'll be normally distributed. It might not look like it right now, but after a while, it'll kind of take the shape of a bell-shaped curve, okay? Another one would be rolling 2 dice. Roll 2 dice, I'm just going to let it go here. Again, guys, 2 dice are going to add up between 2 and 12, and 7 should be the most. So if we let this roll for a while, it should end up being a normal distribution. Okay, we'll come back and look at it later. Again, just to review, the normal distribution is symmetric, okay? So the mean, the median, and the mode are really about the same, okay? 50% of the data is below the mean, and 50% of the data is above the mean. Yeah, but we can even get more specific than that using standard deviation. All right, we know if the data is normally distributed like this, the mean is right in the middle here, one standard deviation above the mean, 34% of the data falls right in there. And one standard deviation below the mean, 34% of the data falls in there too. And all these percentages that you see here always stay the same. All right, so 68%, these two added together, fall within one standard deviation of the mean. All right, if we move out one more standard deviation, 13.5% fall within 1 and 2 standard deviations of the mean. Just like 13.5% are in this slot right here. Now outside of 2 standard deviations is 2.5%, okay? And outside this way is another 2.5%. So if you add up these 4 in the middle, you get 95%. So 95% of the data is within 2 standard deviations of the mean. All right, it's a very important concept to keep in mind. Okay, let's take a look at an example. Guys, if you have a set of data with a mean of 75 and a standard deviation of 3.8, and it's normally distributed, what value is 3 standard deviations above the mean? All right, guys, just start at 75 and add 3.8 3 times. All right, 75 plus 3.8 plus 3.8 plus 3.8. We got 86.4. Okay? And we can see that right here. Okay? I'm going to try to get this out of the way. Guys, the mean is 75. If you add 3.8 to it, you're at 78.8. That's one standard deviation away. Add another 3.8, you're at 82.6. Add another 3.8, you're at 86.4. Okay? There's another question might be like this. What percent of the data lies between 67.4 and 82.6? Let's look back at our diagram there. 67.4 is right here. 82.6 is right here. So let's just add up these four percentages. 13.5 plus 34 plus 34 plus 13.5, as we end up at 95%. Okay? 95% of the data. All right, this just is showing the small two standard deviations below the mean. Subtract 3.8, subtract 3.8. That's all that's shown right there. This is a good chart to know. All right, on the second video, we're going to draw this. We're going to draw it on paper and have you hand it in. Okay, if you're in class today, we can do it today. If you're not in class, you can do it at home and then hand it in when you come in. Right now, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and complete today's notes assignment and complete the summary assessment. They're both in the same green folder that this video is in right here, okay? Guys, you're going to need to know today's vocabulary questions. We don't have vocabulary words today. We have some questions. They're kind of yes-no questions, all right? In a normal distribution, does the mean equal the median? All right? Is it symmetric or skewed? Normal distribution. What percent is one standard deviation away from the mean? And what percent is two standard deviations away from the mean? All right? And does standard deviation measure from the mean or the median? All right? Those are the 5 questions. Before we leave, let's go back and check our board. That dice looks pretty good. That's very normally distributed. Ooh, this 8 is pretty high though, isn't it? All right, let's go look at our Galton board. Not bad. We still haven't got one out here. It's not too bad though. I think the 5 should be the most, yep. All right, just wanted to show you guys that. All right, that's it for now. Guys, I'll see you in the Zoom meeting, the vocabulary meeting. It'll be these words. It'll be these questions, okay? Thanks.